Okay, and we are recording. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Isagenix Opportunity webinar. My name's Bianca, and I'm super excited to spend the next half an hour with you. I'm going to go through what is Isagenix, why we believe that it's necessary in the 21st century, and how, if it feels like it aligns with you, you can get started with us as well. So just before we do kick into it, it's really important to note that anything I do share tonight or any of the other guests that I have on is all a direct result of what people have put into this opportunity, whether it comes to what they share with their health or their wealth as well. So in Isagenix, we don't claim to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose anything, and the hard work that you put into the opportunity is going to be reflected in your outcome. So nothing guaranteed. But what is Isagenix? In a nutshell, we like to say that Isagenix is a vehicle for simple physical and financial health. And it's really important to note that because it's not just about the health side with Isagenix, but our financial health is a major player in our overall wellness for life as well. So we have a range of products with Isagenix that are nothing artificial in them, created by nature, backed by science, and we're going to go through some of those products now. So I mentioned my name's Bianca, and I have been using the Isagenix products for the last 4 years. My friend introduced me to them because at the time I was I just finished university. I'd studied at uni for 6 years, and I was completely burnt out, stressed out, just overwhelmed, and my health had really taken a back step. So I was really struggling. I was putting on weight. I was having trouble with my sleep. I was addicted to refined sugar, using that for energy, and I was just in a really crappy rut with my health. And so my friend, who was using Isagenix at the time, suggested that maybe I could benefit from this range of products. You know, they're convenient, they're natural. I was busy. I really needed a change. So I said, what the heck have I got to lose? I started to incorporate the products alongside food that I was eating into my busy lifestyle. And honestly, as you can probably see from the pictures, the results blew me away, and other people as well. I was able to shift 25 kilos of toxic weight that I was carrying around. And honestly, I started to be able to feel as though I could just think clearly, I could get through my day, and I didn't need a nap anymore. So needless to say, my passion for these products and what they can do for people's health just absolutely was sparked through my own transformation. And it's why I'm now here 4 years on, sharing about the products and helping other people learn and come to know how they could benefit them in their life as well. So why do we believe that Isagenix is necessary? I think that's something really important to consider. If you're going to use a product or, participate in a service, it's good to know why, what's in it for you, basically. And there's three main targets that we believe that Isagenix really helps us meet. And that is the nutritional depletion that's happening in society, the stress that we are all surrounded by, have to deal with on a daily basis, and then also the environmental toxicity. We live in the 21st century, and it looks very, very different to the world that people lived in, say, 50, 60 years ago. And we're going to go more into that. So nutritional depletion, what am I talking about? The food that we have access to these days, even the healthy stuff, scientifically has been shown contains less nutrition than it did, say, 50, 60 years ago. There's actually studies that are suggesting that up to 40% depletion of nutrients is now occurring in the food that we eat. So Isagenix can help us bridge that gap, that nutritional deficit gap, as well as stress. So what do we mean when we talk about stress? Why would we use the Isagenix products to help us deal with stress? Well, studies again showing that between 75 and 90% of doctors' visits are stress related. But stress is not just your stress that you might think like, oh, I've got a bill to pay, or, oh, the kids are stressing me out. Stress comes in so many different ways, shapes and forms, and really affects the body in many different ways. And so if we can help deal with the stress on the inside, that's really going to reflect on the outside as well, in our sleep, in our mood, in our energy, so many things. And then the other thing that Isagenix really helps us combat is this environmental toxicity. So through the incorporation of these nutrient-rich products in the Isagenix system and our cleansing herbs and botanicals in our products, we can help the body deal with this bombardment of environmental toxicity that we really are just faced with in the 21st century. And things that people didn't really have to deal with, say, 50, 60 years ago. Things like aluminium in our deodorant, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, sprays, plastic containers, moisturizers. I could go on for the whole webinar talking just about toxicity and how harmful it is. And so to be able to have a way in Isagenix, in these products that help support our body to really deal with that is huge, hugely beneficial. So when it comes to the Isagenix system, what do we focus on? We focus on two main components, our Nourish Days and our Cleanse Days. So when I mention a Nourish Days, what that looks like on a day-to-day basis is you consuming 2 smoothies from the Isagenix program. So you can have them as a smoothie bowl, like you can see in the picture. You can just drink it on the run, which I often do because I still live a crazy busy life. But you can use these smoothies as a meal replacement or a meal supplement, just depending on what it is that your goals are or what your lifestyle is like. But you'll soon see that these shakes are not just like your standard shake. And then on a Nourish Day, we're also, of course, incorporating our knife and fork meals and snacks. So everyone's lifestyle looks different. Some people have vegetarian diet. Some people follow a paleo diet, maybe vegan, maybe carnivore. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But you can incorporate your smoothies alongside whatever knife and fork meals you love, dependent on your goals. So you're probably going to eat more if your goal is to work out, put on muscle. Maybe you're going to eat less and use the smoothies as a replacement if your goal is to maybe shed a little bit of weight like mine was. So I mentioned the Isagenix smoothies, not just your average shake. Chuck into the chat. I'll be the first to raise my hand if you've ever tried a protein shake or a meal replacement shake and it just tasted like crap. Because I definitely had. And that was one thing that I was a little wary about before I tried Isagenix. I was like, I've tried shakes before and they usually taste like cardboard. So these shakes, I promise you, hand on heart, 4 years later, I can say without question that these shakes are tasty, they are nutritious, they are filling. As you can see, your standard tick boxes there, gluten-free, soy-free, but they are made up of raw ingredients, cold pressed, not heat treated. And you can see this visual here really helps depict the nutrient value that these shakes hold. So no, it's not blended up oats and capsicum. What else is on there? Steak, fish. Obviously that would be terrible, but it shows you that nutritional equivalent in one smoothie from the Isagenix program. And important to note that the Isagenix smoothies really are the equivalent of consuming 3 to 5 plates of organic whole foods. So imagine when I heard that, the convenience for me of I was nowhere near eating 3 to 5 plates of organic food in a day, let alone per meal. And that really relates back to that nutritional depletion. So we not only have the smoothies to help us with our energy and our vitality, but Isagenix also incorporates a whole suite of other support products alongside the smoothies and the cleansing component, which I'll talk about. We have our vitamins and minerals for the extra support. As you can see, the omegas, support there for hair, skin and nails, daily essential vitamins, and then also our greens, which are one of my favorite products. And I know I was talking to Julia on here before we started and she was saying the same thing. And I just learned something new. She puts the greens that come in a really convenient, handy sachet. She puts the greens in her dinner for her kids to help her and her kids and her family eat more greens, because each sachet is the equivalent of consuming over 20 servings of veggies. So that to me was just genius. Not only can you mix them into your smoothies, but put them in your food as well, in your baking, in your muffins, in anything. So it just gives you that extra boost there. And then adaptogens. So the heading there suggests nature's answer to stress. We talked about stress before. Stress is a real inhibitor of well-being. It causes doctor's visits. It causes all sorts of problems internally, externally. Isagenix has thought of a way to help the body deal with the stress that we have going on in everyday life. And they come in the form of our Isagenix eShot products and our Ionix Supreme, aka Liquid Gold. Now, these products contain adaptogens, which are plant extracts. They are, as the name suggests, extracts that help the plants adapt to their natural environment. So you can imagine if you're consuming a natural extract that is an adaptogen, it could help you adapt to the environment that you're in. And that's exactly what they do. And I do not go a day, whether you're a mum, whether you're single, whether you are renovating a house like me, whether you have a full-time corporate job, it does not matter. Everyone can benefit from a little bit of stress relief. Can I get an amen for that? Because that was definitely a big tick for me, for sure. Now, Isagenix, I mentioned before, you can tailor and incorporate dependent on your goals. So I personally had a weight loss goal and I loved the convenience of the smoothies. But Isagenix is also fully catered to people who have the high performance goals, weight gain goals, muscle gain goals, or who just love to stay fit and healthy but want that extra edge in the gym maybe or in their sport. A full range of products that have the Informed Sports certified tick of approval. Yes, Rory, exactly like that. They have the Informed Sports tick of approval, which means that it is certified safe, tested up to Olympic and world champion level. So it doesn't matter whether you're just new in the gym or whether you're an Olympic athlete, these products can be used and can absolutely help boost performance, and people can feel safe knowing that they've got that tick of approval. Now, we mentioned Nourish Days, we've gone through that. Now, Cleanse Days, the second component to the Isagenix system, a day in the life of, if you will. Cleanse Days are also known as, I guess, nutritionally supported intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting, I'm sure if you're on here, you may have heard about, is a bit of a buzzword at the moment. Well, Isagenix is like the OG of intermittent fasting. We have been fasting since 2002. So for me, when I started to see this buzz about intermittent fasting, I was like, been doing that for 4 years, all over it. But if you aren't familiar with intermittent fasting, essentially what it is, supported, as you can see by that suite of products on the bottom of my screen, they're the different Isagenix cleanse products. But what it helps us do is give our digestive system a rest. So we're fasting, incorporating the products, not incorporating the smoothies and the food and the whole foods on a cleanse day, just incorporating these products that you can see on the screen helps give our digestive system a rest and helps boost our body's natural ability to flush out toxicity, support the liver in getting rid of that toxic free radicals, helps us target the visceral fat. And honestly, there is nothing like an energy boost after a cleanse day or an intermittent fasting day. Like, that is just an all-time buzz. It's like legal as well. So, I mean, winning. Now, not only do Isagenix have a nutritional suite of products, but we also have a really cool, really compact essential oils line as well. Just 10 oils, 6 singles, 4 blends, and some coconut oil in a diffuser as well. And the way I love to look at the reason as to why Isagenix has the essential oils on their own, the products already do. Some of them contain essential oils and essential essences, but this is just like the extra cherry on top to be able to incorporate these individual essences alongside the products is just another way to help support your body in getting those really concentrated doses of nutrients. And I also love to replace my toxic, crappy cleaning products with essential oils. I'm all about it. Clean my toilet with the peppermint and the tea tree. You know, I clean my oven with the lemon. So they are a really good way to help you eliminate that toxicity, which really, as we mentioned, is what we're all about. Now, it's not just about me. I'm not the only one that's in love with the Isagenix product. So I brought some people on tonight to share. So Rory, if you could please unmute your line and share with us what your experience has been like with Isagenix.
Good evening, everybody. And Hannah, it is beautiful to see you on tonight. How are we all? Isagenix. All right. So Hannah will know this firsthand, and I've sold the story quite a bit. But rowing was my life. Rowing was everything to me in my first couple of years of teenagehood. And I actually had dreams to, work as hard as bloody possible to get to NZ Men's and further, hopefully the Olympics one day. And my final year of rowing, I got gold at Māori, which is the NZ secondary champs. And I was stoked. I was amped and I was so ready for it. Then halfway through the off season, I went to the doctors because I'd fainted during a home training. And they're like, oh, what the hell's going on? Turns out I've got a heart condition that was accelerated due to the excessive training and knocked me out of the game permanently. So for the next 2 years, I went on a depressing health, hatred kind of thing where I'd drink every week and I'd eat crap food as my kind of safe spot for dealing with the fact that all my dreams had been blown out of the way. And I was in a very dark spot. I saw my beautiful friend Laura, and she had lost over 45 kgs, 100 pounds. And I'm like, whatever you're doing, I'm in. And next minute, I've dropped 10 kgs in a month. I'm feeling incredible. I'm a whole new aspect for life. I had never read a book about self-development in my entire life, and next thing you know, I'm 40 books in the last year. It's everything changed for me. And now, seeing the power of the system, this year I'm actually going for IsaBody Champ, which is the 16-week, challenge that we get to change your body completely over. And the photos you see there is kind of my prepping my body to go in and smash it for the next 16 weeks, starting in 9 days, team. Get on it.
Love it.
That's my story. Thank you so much for listening. I have an amazing night, and hell yeah.
Yes, you legend. Thanks so much, Rory. I'd love to see your change. And as you said, really, you hit the nail on the head. It's not just that physical change, but when you do change your nutrition, you can absolutely see a ripple into so many areas of your life. And your now energy and passion and zest is a true example of that. So, Jules, we would love to also hear your story, please, honey. If you could unmute your line and share with us the impact that Isagenix has been having in your life.
Cool. So hi guys. So before Isagenix, I was a really burnt out teacher. I was ready to give up on my career with no idea what the hell I was going to do next. I was trying to be healthy and I was spiraling into the same patterns. I was living paycheck to paycheck and I just didn't have any idea what was next or what I could be doing. So the results I got was both physically and mentally. And I've been able to clear some debt and make plans for the future, which has given me some options. And the solution I found is just a supportive, loving community with everyday people wanting similar things to me, and having that vehicle to be able to utilize what I want. And not only that, but you've got your holistic well-being. So I've lost 15 kilos, been able to keep that off. I have been able to have the increased energy throughout the day, and I have so much better sleep than what I used to. And I no longer feel drained. I'm really excited to get up and go to work every day, which, and then I've got the options now to design the life that I want, which is just amazing. And I just freaking love it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jules. I freaking love it too. So don't worry, I feel you when it's like sometimes it's just not really the words, it's just a whole complete life transformation, and that is just incredible. So Julia touched on it. She mentioned that she's been able to clear a bit of debt and give herself a bit of breathing space with this opportunity. And at the very start of the presentation, I mentioned that we we're going to talk not just about health and health well-being, but also a financial solution, financial well-being, which I personally believe, in my opinion, is part of your health. Because if you're stressed and worried about your finances, then you're probably not too healthy in the sense that, your mind is just gone crazy. So Isagenix, the product, you've heard that it works from 3 people now. And the crazy thing is you have an opportunity inside of Isagenix, if you do love the product, to share it. So it is power back to the people. You're not going to find Isagenix on the store shelf. You're not going to find it in the supplement store. You can't buy it online. You access Isagenix through someone who is already using the product. So it is basically, it is spread through word of mouth marketing. And network marketing is people helping people. My friend helped me the day that she told me about Isagenix, and I have gone on to help thousands of people in the last 4 years because of how much I believe in it. And I know that Rory and Julia are doing and have done the same. So let's go into it. Why? Once again, we talked about why with the products, but why is the opportunity to take a product, love it, and share it so attractive to so many people? Well, strikes and redundancies. The cost of living at the moment is increasing. I don't know, people must, have their head in the sand if they don't recognize that it's getting more expensive to live, especially if you live in New Zealand. I mean, living in Auckland, yeah, right, good luck with that unless you want to work 3 jobs. So people are working more hours, less pay. So to be able to find a product that they love, that they want to share, that they can be paid for sharing that product, for recommending it, is helping so many people create an income on the side, which allows them choice, allows them breathing space. It gives people just that ability to go, oh my gosh, I have options, just like what Julia talked about. The other thing, let's talk about how Isagenix is shared. You can share it like this, online, on a webinar. You can share it one-on-one. You could call someone up. You could use Facebook and social media. The online world is booming. never, ever, ever has the world looked like this. Never, ever, ever have we been able to be as contactable as we are now here in the 21st century. I mean, by this year, 4.7 billion people are projected to own a mobile phone. So the ability to reach out to people and share this opportunity has never been higher than what it is now. And that ties into the you economy, as we've coined it. So there's so many people these days that are using an opportunity that they have at their fingertips to help create a secondary income. So maybe that's through Airbnb, through Uber, or if you eat food, you can earn that extra income through Isagenix because you can share your experience and then be compensated for that. It's freaking genius, if you ask me. So when we talk about Isagenix, we've mentioned weight management for me, 25 kgs, energy, Rory, you could hear the energy in his voice, performance, rowing and being able to just pull back into that physical space that he used to be in, health and vitality, essential oils. There's so many markets that we tap into with these Isagenix products. And in actual fact, it is a $286 billion market that if you were to tap into yourself, you could take a slice of that pie. And I mean, even a 1% slice of that pie would be pretty sweet, if you ask me. So we have the opportunity to help so many people with these products. And you would think that with so many people trying so many different things and all these different, diets and all these different things, that the disease and obesity rate would actually be on the decline. And yet it's on the rise year upon year. So when you've got a product that works, you absolutely can help bring that down, and you can tap into these markets that we've just mentioned. So you can essentially, the way I look at it with Isagenix, you can be an entrepreneur, you can have your own business, but you don't have to have the stress that comes with the traditional, business ownership. And so all of these things here that, part-time, full-time, you choose. Do you want to share it with 100 people? Do you want to share it with one person? Do you want to earn $1,000 a week? Do you want to earn an extra $100 a week? You've got one overhead, the Isagenix products that you consume personally and eat every month. And then if you want to share your results with people, you share it, and the company Isagenix will pay you for that referral, because Isagenix, the company, doesn't pay any other advertising. So that typical market budget that big companies have, that big marketing budget that big companies have, that Isagenix doesn't have that. Instead, they put that money back into the people. So we are available in 18 different countries. It's not just here in New Zealand or Australia. You can share it with people in 18 different countries, location free. And oh my gosh, just the cherry on top. The way that you earn an income is a residual income or a reoccurring income. You have the conversation once, you help someone get started with Isagenix. Every single time they order, you are compensated for that. Oh, genius. I'd never heard anything like it in my 6 years at university studying business and law, and they never once told me about that. So that is why I'm so passionate about sharing with others, because it is a game-changing concept. I can't even get my words out fast enough. It fires me up that much. So how does it work in terms of residual income with Isagenix? It's simply this. You eat the products. If you love it, you share it and you get rewarded. You can repeat that as many times as you like. I mentioned you can share it with one person, 100, 1,000. It's up to you. The premium pack is our most popular pack that people get started on. If you were to help 2 people get started on a premium pack in the same week, if they both ordered their pack, then that is worth to you in your pocket, cash, $400. So many people have to work 40 hours a week to earn $450. So imagine being able to just help 2 people get started on Isagenix, help them get those results that you heard from Rory, Julie, and myself, and be compensated cash. And as I said, you can do that once, you can do it 100 times. The sky is the limit. Obviously, it doesn't stop there. There is so much more information that you can read, watch, listen to if you really want to learn and dig into the nitty-gritty of the full compensation plan with Isagenix. So with that all being said, I am going to invite the beautiful Diane on to share her experience. So Diane, please, if you will, share with us the impact Isagenix has made in your life.
Hi guys, really, really pleased to be part of that. Can you hear me okay?
Perfectly.
Cool, thank you. Okay, so our story really is a couple story really. Murray and I, my husband and I, we are 63 and 65 years old. And we were just feeling really lethargic. We weren't sleeping well. We were working too hard. So we were overstressed. And our son came along with this bright product that he'd been using and said, have a try. So we thought, oh, we're very skeptical about this. And we just thought, well, we'll give it a go, but we'll probably send it back. You know, we're not interested in this sort of thing. We like real food. But the thing that we found after we'd been on the Isagenix for a very short time is that although we try to eat really healthy all our lives, we feel as if that we're putting a good food in, but starving our bodies, not really giving them what they needed. And the Isagenix just really seemed to do that for us. So we've been on Isagenix 3.5 years, and we basically have 2 shakes a day and a knife and fork meal in the evening, which I really love. We love the ease and convenience of it. We've been cooking meals for family and ourselves for the last 45 odd years. It's really good not to have to think about 3 meals a day. It's great. So we like that part of it lots. We've got, after a very short time, we both had an abundance of energy and we were sleeping so much better. And to top it off, we both lost about 10 kilos, which made us feel really good. So Isagenix for us is not just about the food, it's a lifestyle for us. We really love the community it's whether we become a part of, and the supportiveness that's within that. We are going to be grandparents for the first time in June this year, which we're really, really excited about. There's something really close to our hearts because we never had grandparents for our children. Both our parents were dead before our children came along. Well, one of our grandparents wasn't, but wasn't really wanting to be a grandparent as such. So we're really looking forward to being there for our children, and not just for our children, but obviously be good grandparents and things. We've always tried to get a lot out of life, and we feel that being able to share it with other people is great, and to let them see the lifestyle that's available. So go Isagenix.
Yeah,
really
go
cool.
Isagenix. Go Diana Murray. Thanks, Di. I love hearing your story.
No trouble.
It's just, it's beautiful, and you look younger every time I see you, and I know that you're going to have that zest and energy for baby wear when he or she comes along. I don't know the sex. I didn't let anything slip then. He or she comes along.
I don't think they do either.
No, exactly. Thanks so much, Di. I appreciate it.
No trouble. Good to be on.
So I am just going to flick through here. You heard 4 different people share 4 different testimonials, and these pictures really are just a reflection of that as well. So many people, different shapes, different sizes, different goals, and yet the system has been able to help all of them in any way. It's customizable completely to you. So really, it's not a one size fits all. It's you make it work for you. So drum roll, everyone always wants to know, what does it cost? Well, like I mentioned, it's customizable. So really, it can cost whatever you want it to cost. I often say, how much do you value your health? I mean, I know it's like a bit of a cheeky question, but that was the question that someone asked me. And so for me, it was a redirection of the money I was spending, and I have gotten 100 times more out of it than it ever cost me. But what I love to highlight is actually the savings, because I saved so much money just from starting Isagenix. So yes, it is an initial investment. You buy 30 days worth of products up front, but my goodness, do you save? And I'm just going to flick through these so that you can see some examples. Save on your veggies, save on these hydration drinks if that's something that you want to incorporate. Save on energy drinks. Oh my gosh, without all the artificial crap. Save on meals. This is a huge one. Our smoothies work out to be about $4.80. So just think, where can you get another meal for $4.80 that is the equivalent, remember what I said, to 3 to 5 plates of organic food? I actually haven't found an answer to that anyone's been able to give me in 4 years. So for $4.80, really, you can't beat it. So if you did want to get started on one of our general starting packs, these are the 3 most common options: the basic pack, the premium pack, and the ultimate pack. You can see the price per day breakdown there, and then you can also see the total price. Really, the difference between the 3 is the extra level of support products that come along with those packs. So the basic pack is as it sounds. The premium, you're going to get that extra support, a little less that you need to think about. And then the ultimate pack, even less that you need to think about. So it's really just dependent on where you're at, what your goals are, and how much you have to invest, and how much extra support products you feel like you really need to help kickstart you on your journey. And what is so cool about Isagenix, and something that I haven't seen many, if any, at all companies offer, is our satisfaction guarantee. So yes, you fork out the money up front. Yes, you buy your 30 days worth of products, but get this, you get to try the products. You get to incorporate them. As Diane said, you know, your 2 smoothies a day, your knife and fork meal, you take all the rest of the products. And if you are not satisfied at the end of your first 30 days of using the products, Isagenix, even if you've eaten everything, you can send back the empty canisters, empty product boxes, and they will refund you the money that you invested to get started. Now, if that doesn't just seal the deal of why it is such a no-brainer to even give it a go, even if you are skeptical, then I don't know what will. Because like what Di said, you know, you try it, you think you're going to want to get your money back, but really now 3.5 years later, she can't stop talking about it, and we're all the same. So if you do wish to get set up on an account, all you have to do is ask the person who invited you onto the webinar. It's a few clicks of a button. You get yourself set up with a wholesale account where you can purchase whatever products it is that you want. There's no lock-in contracts. There's no minimum, maximum spend. You absolutely tailor it to whatever it is that you need for your lifestyle to reach your own health goals. So we like to say it is literally like a 30-day challenge. Purchase the products, eat them, put them in your body. Let your body tell you whether Isagenix is right for you. It will tell you. Regardless of how much I love it, Julia loves it, Diane, Rory, your body will tell you whether it loves it. And if it doesn't, no sweat, you can get your money back. And if it does, then by golly, you better be ready to have so many areas of your life transformed, because it truly is not just a solution for health. Community, impact, energy, finances, contribution. I could be here for another half an hour talking about the benefits, but it has been an absolute pleasure to spend the last half an hour with you all. Thank you for those who shared. Thank you for those that jumped on. And as I said, if it's something that feels aligned for you, get in touch with the person who invited you onto the webinar or where you first heard about Isagenix and say, the time is now. Get me started. Wishing you all a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for spending the time with me. Great to see you all. See you again soon.
Thanks, Bianca. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.
Bye.
Love your team.
Bye.
Stay